why God would want to use me in a field that almost seems anti-God. And there are times that I feel frustrated. Lord, I would really genuinely be willing to work at a homeless shelter. I have my master's degrees in nonprofit management. I have a desire to be with those who are without and to let them know the hope that is Jesus. And yet, God keeps bringing me back to such an empty, void field in so many ways. And I don't know if you've ever had those conversations where you sit down with the Lord of Lords and the God of Gods and the King of Kings and the Creator of all beings, and you explain to him why he's confused. Because I have those conversations sometimes, and I explain to him, you've got to get me out of this. If I hear about one more fat thigh, I'm going to lose it. It would seem that Scripture itself mocks my profession. You guys are probably familiar with the passage in Matthew that asks us why we would care about clothes, because even the lilies in the valley are better dressed than Solomon himself, and they don't worry about what they're going to wear. They do not hire personal stylists. But here's what I know. I don't live in a third world country, and I don't live in a poverty-stricken area. I live in suburban America, and the reality is that vanity is literally killing us. There may not be poverty of the dollar in my neighborhood in Broomfield, Colorado, but there is poverty of confidence. There is poverty of self-worth, of assurance. We are spending millions, if not billions of dollars to reconstruct our faces and our bodies. We're hiring people like me in hopes that we can find some sort of self-worth. And as a church, we have to have an answer. And we don't necessarily, and I think that the question is okay. The fact that we don't have a definitive way to stand on this is okay. I have a friend named Rhonda, and I grew up with her. Clyde was her pastor too. And she is a Mennonite woman. She believes that the best way to serve her God is to make her own clothing. She does not wear makeup. Her hair is in a bun. I don't know why she's allowed on Facebook, but she is. And I have women, Dana Gurley also. Clyde was, her dad took over as pastor in Trinidad. Dana's husband is apostolic, and so she only wears skirts, and she believes that that is the way that she serves God best. In all my years of pageantry, let me assure you that there are several of us that knew without a shadow of a doubt God had us there on purpose, with all the fake eyelashes and the hairspray in the world. And you can't tell me that those Texas Baptist women don't have something going on in their hair. But they still believe that they're serving God in the best way possible. So I don't know how it all works, ladies, but I may perhaps have a little bit of insight into some of the questions that we ought to be asking ourselves as suburban women who are in the midst of a battle over women's souls in this issue of vanity.